And she shine like that chrome 4 bustin' in slow motion.
Exile has taught me to have quality control on what I'm putting out and to be meticulous. I've always paid attention to detail, but nobody pays attention to detail more than that dude. And it's allowed me to harness a sensibility of what I should put out, or maybe keep it in the vault, because he's put out classic albums. So I trust his vision. I've always trusted his opinion. Luckily, he trusts mine as well. So we bounce different ideas and opinions off of each other. So it's a great working relationship aside from being good friends. You know, he's taught me a lot. He's the one that has taken me under his wing and believed in me enough to really allow me to believe in myself, you know, because I didn't put anything out at all before I met Exile of my own. I've never put out an instrumental project or like dropped a record before. So he instilled that belief in myself. I think that's the biggest thing that I've taken away from our relationship, and how he's been allowed me to conduct myself and you know, be my own person at the same time, while being able to rock with the Dirty Science imprint. And you know, the crew, shit, I learned stuff from these dudes every day. You know, we toured together, like we put a tour together on our own within a month and a half, 2 months time, and you know, it went without a hitch. And you know, he's taken me on the road with these guys. They're certified, you know. I've looked up to these dudes for years, especially Exile, because I make beats as well. So he's a huge inspiration for me, and I've been a fan of his before, you know, we grew our friendship. So yeah, I mean, my career, I mean, I don't even know if I'd call it a career at this point, but the years that I've been in this, as of the last maybe 8 years that I've been rocking with him, I've been able to reach different levels that I didn't think that I was going to. Exile is a DJ, producer, MC when he wants to be, you know, just jack of all trades and master of all trades. You know, he's known for his work with Eminem, Aloe, Blacc, and of course the legendary West Coast classic Below the Heavens. You know, that's how I caught wind Eminem and Below the Heavens with Blue. And you know, I was in Juvie, and my mom had gotten me a couple magazines. She got me a Scratch magazine, double XL, and a Complex. And Exile had an article in there when he had done the Pearly Gates joint for Mobb Deep. And that's how I first saw his name. And then after I got out, my homie put me on to Below the Heavens, and I was like, wow, this is the same dude. You know, at first I saw him, I was like, who's this dude? He looks corny. You know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. But no, I just, you know, usually a lot of people look at like myself or somebody that's a white dude in the hip hop world, and like, oh, what's he got? But he's one of the coldest in the game, you know, one of the craziest producers of our time. And yeah, to be able to rock with him, or like for him to mentor me the way he has, I still can't believe it sometimes, and I'll always be grateful for his guidance. So just for a little more context on that Juvie story, I thought I'd, you know, be a little bit more in depth about it. When I was in high school, one of my homies got punked for an eighth of tree, and you know, me and him and one of my other homies, we were thick as thieves. You know, we were like brothers. So my boy's like, we can't let this fool get away with that shit. So we're trying to track this dude down for like 2 weeks, and then one of his friends was a mutual homie of ours, and he set this dude up at the park by my house, and one of my friends brought a weapon, and I got caught up in, you know, being in high school, it's like kids telling the school and signing petitions, and then I ended up, getting caught up right before Thanksgiving. I was there for like almost a month, and that's why I needed some reading material. And I was like, "Can you give me a couple hip hop mags?" And I also got the Saul Williams poetry book. I forget what it was called, but yeah, those were what got me through. I mean, I literally I had a lighter in my hand. I was just there to back my homie up. I didn't have like the deadly weapon or anything, but I was high security because I was there involved in that shit. It was nothing crazy. Even though I wasn't truly involved in the situation, it made me realize that I didn't want to take that path. In my room all day eating mystery meat and gravy with 2 slices of wheat bread. Yeah, like not being able to having stage fright trying to go to the bathroom. Shit. There's like sitting on the toilet next to 5 other dudes and there's no stall really. You're just like, okay, this is dicey. But that whole stint definitely made me not want to go back, for sure. What up? This is Sirplus, repping the almighty Dirty Science crew. And you're watching 24/7 HH.